What's up, guys? This is Furnace of Bios. Welcome to your daily dose of awesome. Let me know if you guys can hear me. We got a special live today on a very special topic. Happy New Year. This is my first live of 2018, so I hope you guys will really enjoy. I see some of you guys hopping on. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay. I'm trying out, I'm using my phone for once instead of my desktop. And I want to make sure I'm coming in loud and clear for you all. Now, awesome. Now, today's topic is on three-way messenger recruiting scripts you can use with your upline to eliminate awkward three-way phone calls and time-consuming three-way phone calls forever. And so that's today's topic, and it's inspired by my friend and member of Elite Marketing Pro, Invictus member, Julie Burks. Now, Julie, I was talking to Julie before the new year, before everything hit off. What's up, Julia? Hello, Sadaf. Hello, everybody. Just to drop me a line. Let me know if you guys can hear me, where you guys are coming from. If everything's loud and clear, I want to make sure everything's cool. Now, today's live is inspired by Julie Burke, and I'm actually going to be going through a lot of Julie's content innovations, and of course, Julie's an incredible entrepreneur who's done some incredible things over the past year in partnership with Elite Marketing Pro, and of course in her own businesses, as I will share. And I was having a conversation with Julie, and so I'm going to skip the normal intro here and just hop right into the content. I was talking to Julie, and if you don't know who Julie is, Julie has built multiple six-figure network marketing business and has built a multi-million-dollar empire, collectively with all the businesses that she's had. And I'm going to get into how busy Julie is. And so I was talking to Julie and sharing a little bit about some of the new members inside Elite Marketing Pro that were coming in who had tried social media recruiting before. So they were doing social media recruiting and, learned it from somewhere else, learned it from another trainer, or even maybe learned it within their company. And so it seemed like people are still basically doing social media recruiting wrong. All they're pretty much doing by default is they're spamming or throwing up on their Facebook wall, and they're really hurting their businesses, and as a result, hurting the industry, hurting the reputation of the industry. And so here's a rule of thumb: if you're watching this right now and doing social media recruiting stuff, and you're having trouble, then basically, if your results suck, then that means you're probably doing it wrong, and either who you learned it from taught it to you wrong, or you were taught it the correct way and you're just implementing it wrong. That's the bottom line. And so, but lately, even people that have had success in the past with social media recruiting are starting to struggle now, and they're finding that, according to them, social media recruiting is becoming less effective. And so now that it's more ubiquitous, now that some online old school gurus have accepted it as being okay with it and a legitimate way of building network marketing, even though it's been utilized since 1999, now it's become accepted, more widely used. It seems everyone's doing it, and it's saturating social media. If you're feeling right now that social media recruiting strategies are saturating your news feed, drop me a number 2. Let me know if you are feeling that type of saturation. I know I'm getting a little bit of that. I see a lot of that in my newsfeed, and even maybe in your messenger inbox of people sending you messages about different opportunities. And so drop me a number 2 if that's the case. Now, that's the way it might be feeling for a lot of people. Hey, Penny, how's it going? Hey, Jill. And so I was talking to Julie. I mean, this is how it feels. This is something that's happening. And the bottom line is this: just like anything, true masters of any craft will rise to the top no matter what. In fact, they're the ones that are going to ultimately thrive, even in a market where everybody seems to be doing the same thing. And so, so with this in mind, true masters of their craft will always rise to the top. I was talking to Julie because she had told me that she last month had sponsored over 45 people into her opportunity, all through Facebook. And first of all, I was like blown away by her results. So if you're blown away by having sponsored 45 people through Facebook, and bear in mind how busy Julie is, and she still has time to sponsor 45 people in her business, drop me a number 5. Give Julie a high 5 if you think that's a pretty incredible feat to have sponsored 45 new people into your business. And so like I said, Julie is an extremely busy person. She literally runs 4 six-figure network marketing businesses. And so to close out the new year, when everybody's, distracted and disengaged, she's sponsored basically 45 people. And I know for a fact that she's not doing the whole adding friends to her profile and then prospecting them and sending them messages. She's not like, doing active prospecting, I don't think at all anymore. And so how Julie is able to do this is 2 ways. And one of those ways I'm going to talk about in depth today on this live, it has to do with three-way chats. And so first and foremost, Julie has learned and mastered the attraction marketing methods that we teach her at Elite Marketing Pro. And so she has leverage in that she has plenty of people coming to her inquiring about her business or simply choosing to follow her and want to know what she's up to. And so she's part of her equation is that she's using attraction marketing to attract tons of people to her business. The second part, now it's one thing to have people raising their hand and going, hey, I want to know what you're doing, which Julie does very well thanks to attraction marketing. However, how do you actually process all the people that would reach out to you? I mean, Julie literally has hundreds of people reaching out to her every single month, inquiring about her different businesses. They want to mentor with her. They want to join her opportunity. Maybe they want to know about her health products or whatever from her company. And so how does she manage this influx of messages that come in? And the key is what I'm going to talk about today. Now, 45 new team members, that's pretty impressive. And so, but in order to do that, you have to have a very efficient process to basically be able to present the opportunity to all these people or present the product to all these people, and then enroll them in a way that's efficient and conducive, because Julie's a very busy person. And so traditionally, what would happen when somebody raises their hand? What do you think would happen traditionally when somebody says, hey, I'm interested, I want to learn more? What would you do? So let me know in the comments what you would do when somebody says, hey, I'd like to look at what you're doing, or I'd like to look at your product. Let me know right now in the comment section, how would you respond to somebody inquiring or wanting to know more about your business or your product? Because here's what traditionally happens is one of 2 things will happen. One, you have the responsibility. Option 1 is you have the responsibility of presenting either the product or opportunity to them. So assuming you kind of spam them a link, assuming you you've pre-qualified them. Somebody said you want to pre-qualify them, and that's great. Whether they're interested in the product or opportunity, or maybe the both. But you basically end up presenting yourself. So you do a video chat or for one-on-one, you meet for coffee, whatever, and you spend about an hour, 2 hours presenting to them about your business. And so that's what traditionally one option is. The other option is to just set up a 3-way call with an upline. And so 3-way calls with an upline have been something that's staple of network marketing for quite a while. Now, I want to talk about the problems with these 2 methods. Problem number 1 with the number 1 option of you presenting is that lots can go wrong if you're not a skilled presenter. If you don't have yet that skill of presenting, then it can be quite challenging. The other thing is, even if you're good at presenting, your prospect is very likely going to be asking themselves, especially if it's about the opportunity, like, am I going to be asked to present like this? I don't think I can do this. This seems really hard. I'm not a salesperson, etc. So even though they like what you're presenting, or they may like what you're presenting, because you're the one that's presenting and you're doing it so skillfully and etc., they're doubting whether they can actually do it. And so the bottom line is how you share the business is also going to be a factor in not only the decisions that your prospects makes, but whether they actually do anything in the future or not. Because when you present the opportunity to them in a way that's not duplicatable, Eric says, then you're already implanting in their mind that this is going to be hard. And so that's the power of doing a 3-way call. A 3-way call is such a simple process, and it was technically designed to eliminate all the problems with having to present on your own, making the business seem easy and simple. And so while it's technically doing a 3-way call, which is the second option, solve some problems, it presents other, even potentially more challenging problems. So first and foremost, at some point, three-way calling was the best option and was the most convenient, efficient, least time-consuming way of presenting the business because you actually got an expert involved. However, as times have changed, as we've gotten into this info era and our attention spans are tiny and we're pretty much operating out of our phones, something that used to be convenient, efficient, and not very time-consuming is now inefficient, inconvenient, and time-consuming. And so what happens now with three-way calls in the traditional sense is that you essentially become a secretary for your upline, scheduling calls, making sure everybody can make the call, following up, making sure people are going to show up to the call, etc. The awkward setup, sometimes prospects don't know that they're going to be on the line with somebody else. And so, how do you, screwing up the introduction with your upline and so forth. And so that's, another issue. So the third issue is you could end up having a rambling upline that shows up through the three-way call. So you have a rambling upline that goes on for an hour, 2 hours, and the three-way call is supposed to be simple. So already, the prospect is going, wow, this is taking a long time. This is, again, they're having the same challenges they were with you presenting, in that this seems like it's, too difficult to do, or it's just going to be too inconvenient, etc. And the number 4 issue is that no-shows. If you spend all this time coordinating calls and you schedule the time with your upline, their time is valuable, and then you have a no-show. And that really sucks because then now you've wasted your upline's time. So that's what's happening with three-way calls now, especially in this fast-moving information era where attention spans are short and people are pretty much living out of their phones. If you guys have experienced any of the issues that I'm talking about right now, hi Sarah, how you doing? Drop me a number 7. Let me know number 7 if you've experienced any of the problems with either presenting yourself or having or doing a three-way call with your upline and having either no-shows, feeling like you're a secretary, having the call go awry or just go too long. Just let me know if that's happening in your business. And so the solution, which is what Julie shared with me, was she now does three-way Facebook Messenger chats. And so the cool thing about three-way Facebook Messenger chats that are three ways is that it's basically everyone's on Messenger. There's over 1 billion people on Messenger. And so it's very convenient for everybody to be on the same platform. So you don't have to, now that people don't like being on the phone, I certainly don't even answer phone calls anymore unless I know who's calling. And so everyone's using Messenger, and people respond on their own time. So they use Messenger to respond on their own time. And the also cool thing is that through Messenger, as many of you know, you can use voice. So you can send a voice message in addition to text. So the prospect still gets to hear your voice, and they also get to hear your upline's voice. And so it has that simulation of a phone call and that intimacy of a phone call without the inconvenience or even the threatening nature of a phone call. And so what I'm going to do here on this live is I'm actually going to give you access to a document, a 28-page guide that Julie put together that has scripts and the process that you can follow for doing your own three-way chats. It's one of our new giveaways here at Elite Marketing Pro. If you're a member of Elite Marketing Pro, in your back office, there should be a link under the link section so that you can be able to give this away to your prospects. But I want to actually walk through the process that on how this works. A three-way messenger chat with your upline, so that it essentially replaces three-way calls and prevents all the issues that I just talked about. And so the first part of this process is that somebody already mentioned it, pre-qualifying. You actually want to know what they're interested in, product, opportunity, or both. So there should have been some sort of conversation that happened beforehand. And so guys, share this live right now using that link. If you're a member of EMP, and if you're not a member, just share this live, and the link will be posted when you share it as well automatically into this video. You can also go to EliteMarketingPro.com. We'll be posting a way to download these scripts on your phone or on your desktop from EliteMarketingPro.com, or just simply click on the link when somebody shares this with you. So let me go through the process real quick. There's 6 steps involved in the three-way chat process. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but that's how come you have this guide to help walk you through every single part of it in detail. So first and foremost, number 1 is you pre-qualify. So this is just basically you want to know whether they're interested in the product or opportunity or both, so you know how to lead the conversation. Number 2 is you want to give your upline or your expert that you're bringing on a heads up. Let them know who it is. Give them a little context about the conversations you've had before with these folks, and just give them a heads up that you're going to be doing the introduction through a three-way. And you can pretty much send them a private messenger chat to do that, so you don't have to call them or anything. Number 3 is you do the introduction and you edify your upline or the expert that you're bringing on with a voice message. A voice message is very important. You don't want to do it through text. It's a lot to type, and also a voice introduction. It's just, again, more personal. And so you do the intro and you edify, and how you edify is contained in here. So we have some scripts on how you actually edify. What do you say? And you want to actually script this yourself. So you want to actually customize how you edify your upline or how you introduce them, so that this is something that is, again, duplicatable and something you can teach to other people. You can give them a script and they can use it as well. And so that's number 3. You intro and you edify with a voice message. And then number 4 is you just wait for the upline or expert to respond and say hello. Now their response, you may want to coordinate with your upline on this. Number 5 is their response has to be something that's warm and welcoming, a short backstory about the company, the products, maybe their backstory about their history with their company and the success they've had, and basically the upline is there to offer to answer any questions. That's it. The purpose of these three-way chats is not to try to sell them on anything. It's to basically start the relationship process between you, the prospect, and the upline, and let them know that this is a community that's there to support them. And and it also engages them in a conversation with an authority, with an expert, in a non-threatening way. When it's in a chat, it's a lot less threatening than if you're on the phone call, especially because people feel like they're probably going to be sold on a phone. And so a three-way chat makes it really non-threatening. And so then you kind of let the upline, as they ask questions and back and forth, the upline just answers questions and you can chime in too. Ultimately, what's going to happen is step number 6 is you're going to send them a link so that they can get a more detailed explanation or presentation that the company has prepared. So hopefully your company has put together a really strong set of a video or a couple of videos that properly explain the product or the opportunity or both in a way that can be consumed quickly, pretty much gives the prospect everything they need to know, and then you're able to follow up with the prospect to collect a decision. And at that point is when you can hop on a video chat or a phone call after they've reviewed the information. And you can still continue to use the messenger chat to set up those appointments. And so you can send them links to your your scheduler if you use an automated scheduler, or your video chat link, your Zoom link, or whatever information. So that's cool. And so your messenger inbox essentially becomes almost like a de facto content management system or contact management system, where you can pretty much know where your prospects are in the process at all times, because there's a record of what had happened through that three-way call and in your personal messages with them as well. And so what's happening here with this three-way chat process is that you're building trust between, one, you already have trust between you and the prospect because something led to that conversation, but you're also there to edify your expert or your upline. And so there's edification that's happening between you and your upline, and also you're building respect and authority between the upline and the prospect. And so there's other than a three-way call, I don't know any way you can essentially create this much of rapport and I want to say power, but essentially it's influence that essentially a stranger, an upline, can have over one of your new prospects so quickly and so easily without inconveniencing anybody. Think of it like a prospecting love triangle that works very well as opposed to other love triangles. I won't get into that. So if you found value in how this works, drop me a number 10. Give me a number 10. And if you sort of like to give me a number 8, drop me a number 10 if you think this is a powerful new way for you to be able to efficiently process new interested recruits. Now, if you want to know if you're still stuck on the part where you need to attract more people into your business, that's what Elite Marketing Pro is here for. So after you download the scripts, so go to the link in the description. If someone shared this with you, go to elitemarketingpro.com. You can download it there. And so these scripts you can download, and it's not only scripts, but it's a complete guide. And after you download, you're going to learn more about some additional training that Julie and I put together last year on the entire topic of social media recruiting, and exactly how you basically get people from your personal profile and even from a fan page to reach out to you and be interested in either your product or opportunity. And then from that point on, once people raise their hand and go, I am interested, you can start using this 3-way chat process and get your upline involved in a very easy and inconvenient way to begin the rapport building and presentation process, and then transition them to whatever videos, whatever resources your company has for presenting your opportunities. So that's today's Daily Dose of Awesome. Hopefully this was helpful and you found it enlightening, especially those of you who have wondered, how do I present my business to people? Then this is how you do it. And so there's a quick question here from Rose. Who can you use as a third party if your sponsor is not involved in the business? That's a great question. I'd say find somebody within your company who's willing to help. Like, a company's not really worth much if it doesn't have a community where you can't reach up to somebody and have somebody help you. And so even, the best leaders that I know of in network marketing help people no matter whether they're cross-line, upline, downline. If there's a community there in that opportunity, then you should be able to find somebody that's willing to lend a hand as part of these chats. And ultimately, as you have more people coming onto your team, you're going to be that expert that's on the other part of that 3-way chat. So that's it for today. Again, the link is actually in the description of this video, especially if someone shared this with you. Use their link, because then you can have a friend to connect with who's actually using some of these strategies for not only 3-way chats, but also using social media recruiting, using attraction marketing, creating more leverage in their business. So, and if you're a member of Elite Marketing Pro, if you want to share this with other people, you want to share these scripts, then in your back office under My Elite Hub, under links or My Offers, you can actually give this away for free to everybody in your team, organization, whoever you want, and be able to share it on your personal profile, through your fan page and beyond. So take care, everybody. Have an awesome day, and I miss you too, Kelly. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been on, letting different members of our community do these Daily Dose of Awesomes, and hopefully you guys are enjoying the value that they're putting out. And so I tried my link. So Joe, we'll figure that out. So you can reach out to support if it's not working. You're gonna have to basically copy and paste it from your back office, or you just click in the description and you can download this guide. 28 pages of awesome goodness for free on exactly how you walk through this 3-way chat, messenger chat process with your upline. That's essentially going to replace 3-way calls forever. So take care, everybody. Have an awesome day.